guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach. And today I'm talking about how to manifest a specific person. Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk about, and this is really important, okay, super important to anyone that's ever searched up this search term, how to manifest a specific person. Everyone has a free will. Everyone has a free will, okay? So you can't really manipulate and make someone just appear into your life. Like you can't manifest a specific text from a specific person, okay, or anything like that. You cannot manipulate other people in that way, okay? That being said, you can manipulate yourself to do something, okay? Now, this doesn't mean that you should reach out to that person, whoever it is, okay? But you can choose how you think, you can choose how you feel, you can choose what actions you take, okay? You can choose how you perceive things, right? Because the only person that you can control really is yourself, okay? So everyone has a free will. It's very unlikely that you'll be able to manipulate the universe, do something magical, and make a specific person materialize into your life, okay? It's just not the best way to go about it, okay? So in terms of this sort of thing, in terms of this sort of question, right, how can we make this sort of thing work? What's something that we can do to at least put us in the best possible position to be able to attract someone into our lives, right? It doesn't have to be a specific person, just attract, because what you really want is you want to be attracting a specific person that is good for you, a specific person that you may not know yet into your life, right? So the way that you do that is you've got to understand that like attracts like, okay? So that's the whole thing when it comes to manifestation. Like attracts like. That's why you see rich people stay rich. And that's why you see poor people stay poor, right? Most of the time. Sometimes we can change our mindsets and change the way that we view ourselves and what we do so that a poor person can become rich or a rich person can become poor. But most of the time, if you see rich people, they're probably always going to stay rich because they have a certain mindset and a certain way of doing things that keeps them rich, right? Whereas when someone's poor, they have a certain mindset and do things in a certain way that keeps them poor, okay? So like attracts like, right? So this means in terms of relationships and attracting someone into your life that you've got to become the person that you would like to attract. Now, this doesn't mean if you're a man, you got to think, okay, I have to become a woman to attract a woman. It's not as exact as that, right? But if you want someone that has a certain type of personality, if you want someone who has a certain set of values or a kind of lifestyle, right, then you also need to be those things too, right? Let's say you want someone who is a great communicator, who knows how to communicate their feelings clearly, that doesn't play games. Then that means you also must become that kind of person. You've got to become someone that doesn't play mind games and that is a good communicator, right? So you've got to think about basically the person that you would like to attract into your life, the perfect person for you. If you could just have them any way that you want them to be, you've got to make a list of that thing, of those kinds of things. And I made a video about how to attract the right partner, how to attract the right person into your life. And basically in that video, I go into an exercise where you write down all of the things that you would like in a person, right? But what you got to remember is that once you write that list, you've also got to start becoming that type of person as well, right? Because like attracts like. So, another example might be, let's say you want someone who is kind, right? Then you've also got to be someone who is kind, right? If you want someone who is healthy, who takes care of their body, then you must also be someone who is healthy, who takes care of their body, right? And things like that, right? You have to think in terms of that. If you want someone who's not someone who, let's say you don't want someone who's a drinker or anything like that, and they don't smoke, then you've also got to not do those things as well. Okay, so like attracts like. So that's what you can control, okay? That's how you can attract someone into your life that you would really love to have into your life, that you would really love to date and have a relationship with. You become what you want in that relationship. You become what you want in that other person. So then when you do meet someone like that, it's more likely that they're going to want to hang around with you too, because you live the same kind of lifestyle, you have the same kind of personality, and you can change yourself into the type of person that you want to attract. Because the thing is, right, and this is one of those like weird things that it's just one of those weird things about life. And that is, the reason why you're attracted to a certain kind of person, so let's say you're attracted to someone who is like super healthy and takes care of their body, who's super fit and exercises nearly every other day or whatever it may be. The reason you're attracted to that is because you would like to be like that too, right? Because people tend to like people who are like us, or people who are like what we want to be. So if you are attracted to a certain kind of personality, or you're attracted to a certain kind of lifestyle that someone may live, or a certain kind of way that someone takes care of themselves, it's because really you want to be like that too, right? Or you may already be like that. So that's why you're attracted to that. So there's like a flicker of what you could be in the other person, and it's something that's why you admire that, and that's why you like those qualities, okay? So when it comes to this specific person though, because no doubt you probably clicked on this video because you're trying to attract an ex back, or perhaps you've got a crush that rejected you and you want to attract them into your life, you know, you got to move on from those people that have rejected you, right? You have to really do that, okay? Because the only way that you can perhaps re-attract them, if there is a chance, because there is always a chance, because we're not mind readers, there's no way I can tell you that that person is not going to come into your life, or not be re-attracted to you or become attracted to you, because people's minds can sometimes change over those kinds of things. So there's no way for knowing for sure that this person is going to change their mind about you, right? There's no way of really knowing. So if you let go and you just move on, and you just get on with your life, and you stop obsessing over them, and you become more detached, you're more likely to attract them back into your life, because you're no longer messaging them, calling them, trying to make things work with them. You've kind of let it go. And once you let it go and you become less detached, it's more likely that they're going to come back, right? Because if you're not detached and you don't let it go, and you keep on talking to them, you keep on trying to be their friend, or you keep on trying to convince them why they should be with you, or whatever it may be, the more you do that, the more you're going to push them away, especially if they've already rejected you, dumped you, whatever it may be. Okay? So the only thing you can do then is to let it go. And if they come back, or they start feeling something towards you, then you'll know about it, because they'll reach out to you. Okay? It makes sense, right? It makes sense that if someone loves you, if someone cares about you, if someone is attracted to you, you'll find out about it. You will. You will find out about it. If they don't, you'll just never hear from them. And because you've moved on, because you've let go, it doesn't matter anymore, because perhaps you found someone new, perhaps you've got other things going in your life that you really care about and love and are interested in, right? Perhaps you take some time to be single, which is always a good thing to do, okay? So another thing that you can do, take action on your goals, on your dreams, try to progress your life, see, where would you like to be? Where would you ultimately love to be in like 5 years, right? Start working towards that. Start making progress on that every single day, because that's going to make you feel really good about yourself. It's going to make you not forget completely, but it's going to make you busy so that you don't think back on that person too much, okay? It may still happen from time to time, because if you've invested a lot of emotion into someone, then you're not just going to forget them. You're not just going to wake up with amnesia and never think about them again. I still think about people who, I think about random people that I met when I was a kid. Like, I think about the guy who worked in the corner shop when I was like 8 years old. Sometimes I get a memory about him. That's someone who I had no kind of like connection with whatsoever. I just used to buy sweets from that shop, right? But I still sometimes think about him, even though you know, there's nothing there. It's just like I just remembered someone from my past. You're not just going to forget about someone, especially someone that you've had an intense emotional attraction to and things like that. So that's something else as well. But the point is that over time, you're going to feel less intense about it. And the more intense and the less intense you feel about it, the more you let go, the more you just accept it. And, you know, if they come back, they come back. If they don't, they don't. But if you've let go, then it no longer matters, right? If you let go, it no longer matters. Okay, so that's my thoughts on how to attract and manifest a specific person. And thank you so much for watching. If you'd like coaching with me, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.